Fully surrendering, atma nivedanam, an essential subject from Vinipedia. Fully surrendering means surrendering the mind to Lord Krishna by thinking only about him and by serving him. The natural state of the mind is to think of Krishna. Unless and until we fully surrender to Krishna, Krishna is not going to take full care of us. When we take one step towards Krishna, Krishna comes forward to receive us. Anyone who has fully surrendered unto the lotus feet of the Lord has no desires to gain any material possessions. Our business is to fully surrender to Krishna and seek his protection. Srila Prabhupada's books, lectures, conversations and letters offer a comprehensive presentation of this essential subject as seen in the Vinikotes fully surrendering, atma nivedanam, category. An introduction from his books is given below in the following 9 quotes. Quotes from Srila Prabhupada's books. One who seeks shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead can be saved from death. One may argue, does the devotee not die? The answer is that a devotee certainly must give up his body, for the body is material. The difference is, however, that for one who surrenders to Krishna fully and who is protected by Krishna, the present body is his last. He will not again receive a material body to be subjected to death. Srimad Bhagavatam 8.2. 33. A devotee who has fully surrendered to the lotus feet of the Lord knows very well that the creative energy of the living entities, from Lord Brahm down to the small ant, exists because the living entities are part and parcel of the Lord. In Bhagavad Gita 15.7, the Lord says, Mamvo Javalok Javabhta Santana. The living entities in this conditioned world are my eternal, fragmental parts. The living entities are nothing but very small portions of the Supreme Spirit, like sparks of a fire. Srimad Bhagavatam 6.16. 35. Although Bali Maharya fully surrendered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he could not tolerate being defamed for cheating a Abhirma Brahmakar. Being quite alert in regard to his reputation, he thought deeply about how to prevent being defamed. The Lord, therefore, gave him the good counsel to prevent defamation by offering his head. A Vairava does not fear any punishment. Srimad Bhagavatam 8.22. 3. Devotees, being freed from such unreasonable desires, can conquer the Lord. Such devotees are also conquered by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because they are pure, being free from all material desires, they fully surrender to the Supreme Lord, and therefore the Lord conquers them. Such devotees never aspire for liberation. They simply desire to serve the lotus feet of the Lord. Because they serve the Lord without desires for remuneration, they can conquer the mercy of the Lord. Srimad Bhagavatam 6.16. 34. The truth about our Krishna does not easily enter into the perverted brain of such mundaners infected with the empiric approach to philosophy. But a devoted person faithfully understands just what is actually stated in the pages of Bhagavad Gita and does not resort to imagination or the empiric philosophical approach generally called spiritual interpretation. Only such a devoted person can accept the logic of fully surrendering unto Krishna and can thus adopt the process of karma yoga to escape the dangerous bondage of work. Message of Godhead, Chapter 2. This is the process accepted in devotional service, but there is something more than this. Therefore please explain what is beyond. Simply executing the duties of all Varas and Ramas is not as good as offering all the results of one's activities to the Lord. When one gives up all fruitive activity and fully surrenders to the Lord, he attains Svadharma Taiga, wherein he abandons the social order and takes to the renounced order. That is certainly better. However, better than the renounced order is cultivation of knowledge mixed with devotional service. Kaitanya Karitamta, Madhya LL 8.68. Unalloyed devotees, who have no desire other than to serve the Lord, worship him in full surrender and always hear and chant about his activities, which are most wonderful and auspicious. Thus they always merge in an ocean of transcendental bliss. Such devotees never ask the Lord for any benediction. I, however, am in danger. Thus I pray to that Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is eternally existing, who is invisible, who is the Lord of all great personalities, such as Brahm, and who is available only by transcendental bhakti yoga. Srimad Bhagavatam 8.3.2021. In Bhagavad Gita 10.8 the Lord says, Aha Sarvasya Prabhavo. I am the origin of everything. Mata Sarva Pravartate. Whatever exists in the creation emanates from me. It mat bhajanti m bud bhvasamanvit. When one fully understands that I create everything by my omnipotence, one becomes firmly situated in devotional service and fully surrenders at my lotus feet. Unfortunately, the unintelligent cannot immediately understand Krishna's supremacy. Nonetheless, if they associate with devotees and read authorized books, they may gradually come to the proper understanding, although this may take many births. Srimad Bhagavatam 6.1.45 In histories like the Mahabharata, of course, there are topics on transcendental subjects along with material topics. The whole idea of the Mahabharata culminates in the ultimate instructions of the Bhagavad Gita that one should relinquish all other engagements and should engage oneself solely and fully in surrendering unto the lotus feet of Lord R. Krishna. But men with materialistic tendencies are more attracted to the politics, economics and philanthropic activities mentioned in the Mahabharata than to the principal topic, namely the Bhagavad Gita. Srimad Bhagavatam 1.5, 15.